I have this saved in under the police folder here because once again I'll just go here. So this one's pretty awesome because it shows all the technology necessary to claim everything I'm saying with the EEG, the ECG, the toxins, glucose, blood pressure sensor, and it can be controlled by cell phones and with nanotechnology. So somebody sitting right beside you could be doing this because it could be connected through all these devices, and now with nanotechnology, it gets projected in their mind. So they took advantage of language I use for quantum computing to give people these modifications. So I guess I'll start with here. So this is Bruce right here, and Al wins. So that'd be an AI win. So for some reason, this guy died instead of Bruce. Anyways, and at 54 years of age. So that being said, this was last night, anyways. This looks like Bruce's wife. I can show the whole picture, which really clearly shows it. And you can tell that this is a woman, and this also looks like Christia Freeland. But under the title, it always says teen. So if it says teen in the title, the system just destroys people like me who are profiled. Because here's another one. This looks like my niece. This one looks like my niece, so she is actively involved in the system. This one clearly looks like my niece. And this is all from last night. This one looks like Christia Freeland and also my former sister-in-law, anyways. This this one looks like Sarah Silverman. This one looks like clearly looks like my sister-in-law married to my brother. They used my brother's DNA to spoof metrics. He's my younger brother. This one looks like his wife as well. And here's Sarah Silverman. She's trying to, with whatever that was, it looks like fingers or something, but she's trying to simulate that that's her vagina. And this looks like a detective who lives at 54. She lives, I believe, right there for Appaloosa. So what they do is, and I was able to ascertain this through interpreting other people's thoughts here. But so basically, at 54, anybody who dies at 54, chances are has been murdered, more or less. And here's also another, the one that looks like a seven. That's another Salvador Mateucci. So in yesterday's obituary, Brewster, I believe this was yesterday's. When I take this picture, let's see. Yep, so February 27th. So to see a picture of his, I guess I better get to that, his wife on YouPorn. It's a way to completely control somebody's ability to self gratify. Because what happens is oh, here's Donald Trump on on YouPorn. So this is how big of a deal I am. Like these people, they heckle me. Here is my nephew. This looks like my nephew on YouPorn. So if I was just getting proof from these pictures, but if I were to scan, and most people when they're masturbating, anyways, they don't stop, right? So as you're scanning to look for material, you don't stop. So if I were to go past this one as I'm scanning and see this and recognize my nephew, immediately they're gonna try to make me impotent. But my body's ability to rejuvenate, so then they're able to leech off this. And once again, here's a face. You could clearly see a face of a kid right there. And this is all real, and this ends really soon. And here's another face of a man right there, and with subliminal detection, and that's how they age me. And not only do they do it for anybody else, but oh, here's another Christia Freeland, the deputy prime minister. But to traumatize me, like that looks like my daughter. This one looks like my daughter. And that one looks like my daughter. And this is how they traumatize me. Here's another one that looks like my nieces. And even though this is an adult website, they'll superimpose. I have a youngest niece. I forget how old she is. She's like maybe 8 or 9. But they'll superimpose her image like they're sickos. And so, anyways, I'll show you how I was gassed last night or this morning from last night. So this is a quick video, but any detective, this is the job. This is valuable evidence. February 28th. So right there, that line is huge. I didn't have that line last night. Like that's a wrinkle from being gassed. With nanotechnology, all I hear is in my ear when I wake up is like, and that's how people rejuvenate. Well, they gas me, and if I don't catch it while I'm sleeping, they're able to rejuvenate themselves. Slow the process of aging. They can't rejuvenate because only only evolutionary upgraded people can rejuvenate, like myself and my kids. But it slows the aging process for these parasites. But if you look at the Brian Dennehy, the exact same wrinkle pattern on his forehead. I'm just gonna explain that because as a child, I was climbing a tree and I fell on a metal post, like a metal fence that had spikes on it, and I didn't get impaled. But I was told that Brian Dennehy and Jack Nicholson were wagering on whether or not I would die. And I must have landed at that perfect balance point where I just kind of rolled off. I didn't even have a scratch. Compared to the other people. So from that point, I believed in God. Then, different, a guy named Sergey, Wyatt, and his partner Larry. I could hear in my ear like. So what they were doing was gassing me and then rejuvenating, and even a mogul. Not really a mogul. He's a hack. The nickname Jay-Z, and I'm gonna show this all because I just filmed this last night where I had no wrinkle right there, and you can see the wrinkle from here, as far back. And so, what else you want to add is men in the age of after the age of 30, they no longer wake up with an erection in the morning. And I'm 42 years of age, and this is not the case for me. I wake up with an erection every morning, and it's due to register me on my mattress. There's subliminal images on the mattress, and if I roll over to the side, wherever my penis touches, it registers me for some sort of fictitious offense. I'm sleeping. I'm not even aware what I'm doing, right? I'm sleeping. So it registers me for this fictitious offense, and then I get registered, and it justifies them to gas my body. Like, because in the system, what they do for most people is they try to kill these individuals. And but in my case, they know that I'll rejuvenate. So what they do is they register me, and then these people are trying to slow down the aging process. Like if you look at Brad Pitt recently, because we kind of look similar at a different point. Like when I was 19, he looked like he could have been my older brother. So he's been leeching off me. But if you can see how fast he's aged recently, if you were to see a picture of him, I just seen him, around the Oscars time. He looks older than what he did to my mind's eye, a few months ago. This is overnight. This is in 7 in the morning. So that was at like about maybe 10 o'clock. So in 9 hours, I aged Chrystia Freeland thinks just because she's a deputy prime minister that she was and in, interestingly enough, like right here, I'm just gonna zoom back, but for some reason, when they cause the wrinkles on my forehead, it causes the ones between my eyes to disappear. Some privileges that try to protect Canada. She's insane, literally insane. But Chrystia Freeland is insane, and I'm going to be able to prove that. Because my former sister-in-law kind of looks like her. Just because she's a death. But you could see where it's lighter shade right in between my eyes, because those wrinkles are going away when they wrinkle my forehead. And they can't do anything with that one. Because I just don't have enough skin on my forehead. Anyways, so that's it. So I'll show you the video from last night. This is oops. So this video here, this was at February 28th, 2020 at 7:07 a.m. And this one is February 27th, 2020 at 10:04 p.m. You can see the discoloration because it's I still have a partial thing. You can see the lightness. You can see how right there and there is lighter than something like this. So like, sometimes you squint like this, so this part gets suntanned. Like that. Here it doesn't even look. It looks a little lighter. And knowing that my the oxygen in my blood is much faster than the so it should be over really soon. I shouldn't have to get public testimony.